Welcome to the Broken Sun. The two of you start sneaking down this alleyway, aiming to, disappear from the situation. And you do that. You manage it. You escape from the gunfight. Congratulations. As you are moving down the alleyway, however, you find that your escape is somewhat short-lived. Because as you turn a corner, there, standing in front of you, and holding a ridiculous assault rifle that has 2 barrels and pouches strapped to it for some inexplicable reason, is Whiskey Tango.
No.
What?
Ugh, I hate this guy.
Whiskey Tango, from the Sun's Secret Police, Section Blue, is also wearing a helmet that covers half of their face with a black visor, and they've got red, white, and black, primarily red and black armor with a sort of a stripy flag type thing going on, big star on their chest, lots and lots of pouches. And they look up, and it's difficult to tell from just the square jaw and grim expression that they always have on their face, but you could swear that they are surprised to see you. They say, "You again."
Whiskey.
What?
And they raise their rifle. You should run.
The most bitter aftertaste. And I tear down the alleyway.
I don't know what the heck to do because CD has no idea who this person is.
Run! Run for your life! Run! Slips begins screaming.
CD would probably recognize the emblem of the Sun's Secret Police on Whiskey Tango's chest, at least.
Okay, so then, yeah.
You are now being pursued by like a super cop.
Oh.
Who hates Slip.
Who hates Slip? Okay.
He hates me.
This is Slip's rival.
Right. Okay.
He does not like me.
Yeah, if you're running, you should probably do your scramble and try to get out of here. Or is there something else that you want to do? You're always just tell me what your character does and we'll figure it out.
I kind of just want to say that, is it possible, for CD to just, escape, closes the simulation so that they, their body is no longer there?
Your avatar will remain there where you log out.
Okay, then. Never mind. Part of me was just I want to nope right out of there, but...
Oh, we can nope. I just need to put some distance between us.
CD is going to run, just say, I have no idea oh gosh, I can't do the accent again. Trying to remember my Margie voice.
So we're scrambling, right?
Yeah. Run. Gotta go fast.
Would you call that desperate, Matt?
Oh, yeah. This is a desperate action.
What are the odds I roll a 1 again?
Normally I would say 50-50, but it seems to be very high.
It's ridiculous.
So it's standard again, yeah.
Do you want to do this as a group, or are you both doing individual stuff here?
Oh, I don't care what happens right now. So I'm on my own.
I guess.
Okay.
Individual. Yeah.
Slip has run away. So let's do Slip's run away, and then we'll figure out what CD wants to do. Okay. All right, Slip, what are you doing here? What's your scramble? Your desperate standard scramble.
Now, what would a devil's bargain be? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, boy. So, as a devil's bargain, obviously, Whiskey knows that you are here. I think the devil's bargain is that you drop the box.
Oh, no. All right, never mind. Not happening.
Okay.
That's a partial success.
That is a partial success. All right.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Give me those 2 clicks in that clock.
I'm filling them in as we speak. I'm so happy to fill in 2 clicks of this 4-click clock.
I am.
Yep.
Really, it could have been It would have been a very different session, but it wouldn't have been us, you know?
No.
Nope. Okay, so you're halfway to escape. Yeah, you scramble the heck around a corner, and Whiskey loses sight of you because they've been distracted by looking at this jackal-headed furry in front of them.
Literally, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He's normal.
Citizen, what are you doing here, citizen?
Oh my gosh. I am CD. Remember how CD was throwing alcohol at themselves?
Mm-hmm.
And drinking it so that their breath would smell like alcohol and they would smell like alcohol?
Yes.
They immediately are just recalled back to a time and when at some sort of posting they had to pretend that they were drunk in order to not have to go to be declared unfit for service.
Mm-hmm.
So they and as a doctor, so I am a doctor, not a rapscallion here, I guess. And CD is just gonna be like, now here's the thing. Like, this guy, the weird eyes were like, oh, yeah. And I'm gonna roll a doctor roll to say that CD is pretending to be plastered.
Okay.
Not making any sense.
You're using your doctor in the place of sway, basically.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Because I know. Is this standard or...
Here's the issue.
Oh, yeah, I can only do risky or...
No, I'm a doctor, not a blank, says you can push yourself to roll your doctor rating while performing a different action.
And I can't push myself because I don't have any stress left. Right.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Unfortunately, you've only got one stress remaining, and it requires 2 to push yourself.
But what if I assisted, but retroactively?
You are gone, but you could perhaps set up something through a flashback that might assist.
With the sway. Well, this could be Slip, doing something to make CD look more drunk.
You can also take a devil's bargain to add a dice to your sway, and then you'd still be rolling 2.
Okay, well, what would this devil's bargain be?
You will go to jail, but you will not be held for you're just going to be going to the drunk tank. So you'll have to get out of there.
Yes! I think that's what's going to happen because that was CD's plan that people thought that CD was drunk.
Okay. So you will be taken into SFS custody. Just so that we're clear, that's the devil's bargain. You get an extra die for that, so whether you succeed or fail on this sway, that is the consequence.
That I get apprehended for being at the wrong place at the wrong time and totally drunk.
Yeah, public drunkenness.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that fits CD's is already in trouble with their supervisor a little bit.
Yeah, so basically you'll roll sway with 1 bonus die, and then that will give you 1 dice in sway.
Yeah. Well, I'll just...
and we'll hope for the best.
Baby crit. Yep. Baby crit.
Risky standard.
Risky standard, or...
Yep, risky standard.
No, whiskey tango.
What the heck? It only came up 1.
Yeah, it did.
Should I try that again?
No, you rolled a 1.
Oh, right.
No,
sorry.
there's only 1. Wait,
there's only one.
Because you have 0 in sway. So when you add a bonus dice, that gives you 1 dice.
Then goodbye, CD. It's been an honor.
Yeah.
Okay. So Whiskey Tango looks disgusted with you, and they say, "Citizen, I can see that you are inebriated in public, which is an inappropriate way to behave. I will have to escort you to the facilities where you will be given time to recover from your poor decisions." And as Whiskey sort of takes your arm to take you over to the drunk tank, there is blood on your sleeve. And it's not yours. It is from the body of your contact.
Oh, bug guy.
So you can't see Whiskey's eyes, but you can see their frown as they place you into the squad car, and you log out to find that you are in the real world, also being wheeled from your login point towards a vehicle that is going to take you to a holding facility. And the consequence here is you were just being arrested for public drunkenness, but now you are going to be taking the fall for the murder of your contact.
Oh. Well, goodbye, everyone. Good night.
Hey, Augustus, how are things going in there?
Just pouting, waiting for that car. I would like to survey the current situation.
Okay, there's a bar fight is petering out. A few people have been shot, and that has sort of caused them to rethink things. And the more Hull patrol are arriving now. So the bar is filling with cops, and people are getting arrested and detained, and so on and so forth. So far, you seem to be in the clear.
Are there any of the regular working folks still standing?
No, they've been thoroughly policed. So one of the officers coming in makes a beeline over to you, and they say, you must be Augustus?
Yes, that would be me.
Oh, hi, Augustus. I'm Sergeant Anton Allegri. I'm here to escort you back to your quarters.
I will grab his one hand in both of mine in that very close handshake. Thank you so much. It has been such a harrowing day.
That's quite all right. We're here to serve and protect our citizens, and we value all of our productive members of society, and of course, job creators such as yourself. Please come with me. And they attempt to lead you out of the bar and to their squad car.
I will follow them, but I wanted to ask, can my attune affect electronics, or is that...
Yeah, it should be able to.
I would, and this might be reaching too much, so let me know, but I was going to try to see if I could use a tune to try and either delete or corrupt my ID being logged in the system.
I think without having direct access to a server in the physical world, that was going to be almost prohibitively difficult. You could push yourself for a limited effect, but it would probably be a risky roll as well to try and do it from the squad car here or from the bar.
Yeah, I can't push myself. I only have 2 stress slots left.
Okay.
It's fine. We'll deal with that later.
Lots of interesting consequences so far. So are you just going to go with this person?
Yeah, I think I'll go. I'll quit while I'm ahead.
Okay. So they escort you back to your quarters. You're not locked in or anything. You seem fine, but there will probably be questions later. Slip?
Yes.
You're no longer being pursued thanks to the accidental sacrifice play of CD there.
Hey, they're a doctor, whatever.
You gotta suffer for your patient, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I foreshadowed with the song.
That's what you really did. I marry Paul Merci will go on to marry CD's lovely daughter.
I mean, CD does have a daughter.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, but so I guess CD is now Jean Valjean, and yeah, I didn't expect this, but that's where we are. Oh gosh,
I certainly did not expect this either.
Can we retcon that, or just say that CD does have a pair of silver candlesticks in their hoard?
I don't see why not.
I assumed that was the case.
Yes. And anyway, back to Slip.
Slip, you've got the pay of 3 cred, and you've got the box.
I sure do.
But no way to give it to the contact who is dead. You make it back to the probable cause, and sort of a ramp extrudes from this sphere. I guess you log out and are back at the probable cause. A ramp extrudes from the sphere to let you on, and as you arrive, you hear Terry's voice. Ah, Slip! I've been wondering when you'd get back. Where's the rest of the team?
Terry, I messed up.
Oh no, what's happening?
I think the CD was just taken into custody by secret police, and Augustus is a filthy capitalist.
Well, we already knew the latter.
I know, I'm still angry about it.
Is Augustus not here then?
I think Augustus is home.
Let me just check. Yes, it appears that Augustus has returned to their dwelling. Ha 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 ha. They've done it again.
They always do.
I see that you're still carrying the case.
I sure am.
I believe your mission was to deliver it. Did you forget to take that step?
Oh, there was a lot of delivering, but there was no contact because the contact had been geeked
Indeed. Well, that seems like you're in a bit of a sticky situation, my friend.
Yes, indeed. Like chicken and waffles. Sticky and greasy.
At least you got paid, and we can contact XL to try and figure out our next steps. But you might need to take some time to relax.
Yeah, I'm a little high-strung right now, but I would like to let XL know this wasn't a willful decision. Don't want to burn any bridges.
Oh, can I interject with a flashback?
We're moving into downtime, but what do you have in mind?
If Slip realizes that there's something in his pocket now, it's the reliquary.
Something in their pocket is the reliquary?
That CD slipped the reliquary into Slip's pocket.
Okay, so Slip, you've got in your pocket that relic that CD had.
Oh, okay.
What would you like to do with it?
Terry, can you open CD's room? I just need to put something back.
Let's see. CD, would that be something that Terry would allow? Would Terry allow someone else into your room aboard the probable cause?
I don't know. I don't think Terry would want to do that because there's probably body parts in there.
Right. It's probably against Terry's code of ethics as well. I'm afraid I can't do that, Slip, but if you put it right here, and there's a silver table that rises up in the middle of the entranceway here, then I will return it to CD's room for you.
Appreciated, Terry. I just clunk it down.
Happy to help. Someday we'll get to smash the state, but may as well rob them while we have the chance.
I completely agree 100%.
Okay, let's go into downtime.
Downtime from a jail cell.
Well, let's see. Downtime.
I do have a few questions, though.
Oh, right. Sorry. We have to do payoff and upkeep. So,
when the trial comes, I'll be your lawyer.
They were just tending to this person while they were drunk.
Didn't even say anything. I'll just use the Chewbacca defense.
Chewbacca. Oh, yeah, just there. Though the question does stand. If this person is not permanently dead and will re-res eventually, will they remember who killed them?
Will respawn.
Like Matt said, there's always something
lost.
Yeah, there's always going to be a consequence when somebody respawns. It's not a perfect transfer situation. So once they are decanted again, then they can investigate and ask them about the killing. But you don't know what the schedule is like on that, and you are currently being held until you sober up at least.
Yeah.
So what have we got here? So you got 3 cred. And you have to decide if you're going to pay the ship upkeep out of your funds. So that's all the money that you have right now is 3 cred, because you spent your starting 2 cred on buying bodies for Terry to act as your cohort.
That's what we do.
Okay. So do you want to pay for ship upkeep?
How much is that?
Let's find out. Upkeep, ship parts wear out, their fuel and repair costs, system quality plus crew quality divided by 4. 5. Divided by 2 is 1. 1 cred for upkeep.
Everybody cool with that?
Otherwise, you can skip upkeep, and then you do a roll for that.
I'm cool with paying.
Should I really get a say in this?
Yeah, I mean, it's the crew's money.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Slip isn't just going to, take the cred and bug out.
Yeah, I know. Terry will say that CD would want it for ship upkeep, whether that's accurate or not.
Then I give Terry the money to fix the ship.
Okay.
And help them do that.
Okay. So, you drop down to one of your contacts, part of the junkyard, and get some work done. So, let's talk about heat.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, we won.
After a job or conflict with an opponent, your crew takes heat according to how the job played out, and you'll be taking heat in the mid systems. We've got the core, inner, mid, outer, and hull are the 5 areas, systems you can move between, and you're currently in mid. So this will be heat in this area. So 0 heat if it is completely quiet and other people are blamed for the job.
Nope.
I don't think that's the case. All right. There are actions that garner additional heat and attention from the law. Add the following. +1 heat. High profile or well-connected target or public use of artifacts. None of that. Okay. +2 heat. Killing of citizens, whether the crew did the killing or not. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Massive property damage. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. +3 heat damaging a hyperspace lane or system gate. No, none of that. Okay. Whenever possible, don't duplicate heat. Okay. Well, was it smooth and quiet, low exposure, contained standard exposure, or loud and chaotic high exposure, would you say? Or was it wild, devastating exposure on your completion of your job?
I don't think it was devastating because we're not on like the news.
No.
Probably loud and chaotic then.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to a total of 6 heat.
And that's in which system?
That's in the mid system, which I'll be tracking that separately.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't change the system names in the Roll20 sheet. But I'll put a note in there. Why don't we just put it on your probable cause sheet for now under your notes? All right, 6 heat in mid. I've added to the bottom of your notes on the ship sheet. Good. Great. That's fine.
Yup.
It's just fine. Everything's fine.
This is normal.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. That hasn't filled the tracker, though, so we're not wanted yet.
No.
Okay.
Remember when the worst thing that happened was like we accidentally brought all the fuzz to a place and then we got away fine? that was good times.
I don't remember getting away fine, but I do remember dooming that sect of Ecom personally.
Well, these things happen. Let's do our entanglements. I don't get to roll dice very much, so I'm going to roll for this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
5.
Whiskey Tango hates me more.
Okay, so the entanglement is... That doesn't explain a lot, does it? Okay. I rolled a 5, which is cooperation, which means what? A faction that you have +2 or +3 status with asks you for a favor. Agree to it or lose status with them. If you don't have such a faction, you avoid entanglements. Hey!
Ooh, nothing worse happened.
You avoided your entanglements. Congratulations.
No one likes us enough to come to us for help.
Yep, not yet.
One less thing to worry about.
Okay, downtime. Between jobs, you may pursue 2 downtime activities, attending to personal needs such as getting out of jail and side projects.
Yeah.
You may take additional actions by spending 1 cred for each extra action. You also recover all of your armor uses. So that's good for slip and for CD.
Yes.
For any downtime roll, add +1 dice to the roll you get if you get help from a friend or contact. After the roll, you may increase the result level by 1 for each cred spent by hiring assistance, paying a bribe, etc. So a 1 to 3 can become a 4 or 5, a 4 or 5 can become a 6 becomes a critical. So your downtime actions are acquire asset, acquire the temporary use of an asset, craft. If you have a schematic, craft a device. I don't think you have any schematics yet.
Not yet.
Indulge vice. Engage your vice and roll dice equal to your lowest attribute. Clear stress equal to the highest die result. If you clear more stress than you had marked, you overindulge, see below. If you don't or can't indulge your vice during downtime, you take stress equal to your trauma. Lay low. Reduce the heat and wanted level of a system you're in. Long-term project. Work on long-term projects if you have the means. Recover. Remove all level 1 harm. Remove ship's crew quality -1 or a crewmate's doctor ability. Advance your healing clock per level. Repair, spend 1 cred to repair 1 level of damage to a ship system. Your ship's fine. Or train, mark 1 experience or for an attribute or your playbook. And we have, I think, the insight training on this ship. So, acquire asset. I think in this case, acquire asset could include some type of lawyer or public defender.
Okay.
Or you can spend 1 cred as a bribe to get out of holding.
But that wouldn't clear CD's record at all.
No, but you would be out essentially on bail. And I say that's what you're offered. Like Whiskey Tango is incorruptible, so they would not be open to any such bribe. But once you are delivered to holding, you get the impression that the people there are more likely to accept a bribe to sort of shuffle your paperwork such that you are out on bail tonight or the next day.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do that. If you want to stay in jail, you can do that, and we'll work on that next session.
Am I allowed to recover well in jail?
Yeah, you can do any of these things.
Okay, because I'm just thinking about doing...
I don't think you can lay low and probably not work on a long-term project unless it's escape from your jail cell.
Well, CD wouldn't want to do that. I mean, CD's biggest thing is they don't want to be fired. Like, they want to be declared like, oh, well, this person, was drunk and was a doctor and examined that body because they were a doctor, but basically they were at a wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay, let's say this. You get a phone call. You are allowed to call somebody while you're here in holding.
Okay.
Who does CD call?
Sarah D.
Okay.
SD. Aha.
Yeah, SD. So the phone rings and you hear, "Hello."
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey. How's it going?
Oh, I imagine that CD has quote unquote sobered up at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not gonna believe where I'm calling you from unless you do caller ID.
Well, I don't got the ID blocked here. You calling from outside the sun? I wouldn't believe that.
Am I calling from outside the sun?
No.
No, not outside the sun. So, would you believe that they think I murdered someone in the simulation?
Ah, jeez. Jeez. What? Did you murder someone in there?
No, I never did. Guy was at the bar and noticed he was kind of out. Did a medicine, checked his vitals. He was dead.
Oh yeah, you do a medicine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And well, got some incriminating evidence on myself and pulled me over because there was a bar fight around the time of that. Pretty weird. Got scared because, kind of out of it, and got pulled by this alcohol guy.
Oh, jeez. Well, how can I help you?
Well, I think I might be able to afford a lawyer, but there's any other things like you could be a character witness or anything like that when I do get a trial, that would be great.
Oofta. Well, I'll tell you what. If it comes to that, I'll see what I can do. But do you need me to come bail you out or something? In the meantime, I know a few good lawyers. Maybe if it's more serious than that.
I do have other friends, so I might be able to ask one of them for help with a lawyer. But yeah, getting out of here would be good. Don't really do good in behind bars.
I wish you hadn't gone out there and gotten snookered at that bar. But all right, I'm on my way. I'll come bail you out. And
thanks.
I think she hangs up. And yeah, later on, she comes to pick you up from the station. And,
okay.
What downtime actions do you want to take? Does she take you home, or does she take you to her place? Where do you go?
CD is gonna go back to their place and lay as low as possible, recover.
Okay. I think she drops you off. She's like, "All right, well, remember, lay off the brewskis, and I'll see you again soon. Hopefully, under better circumstances."
Yeah, I don't really think gonna be picking up a bottle again for ever.
All right, well, you take care now. You hear?
Yeah, you too.
Okay. You have a good night, don't you know? And she drives off.
That's the most polite, just the sweetest mother-daughter thing interaction there.
We aim for sweetness.
Yes.
Okay, you get okay. So are you paying her, or are you going to owe her for the bail that she paid?
Owe her.
Okay.
Yeah, because how else are you going to family?
Yeah. Okay. What downtime actions do you want to take? You get two. Do you know what you want to do yet, or should I go to someone else first?
Definitely recover.
Okay. So you recover. How do you do that?
Well, CD is a doctor and knows enough about simulation / robotic bodies at this point to kind of repair what is injured about them. I imagine that one of the treads they had broke and they is coming undone and they replaced it.
Yeah, the damage is mostly to your internal systems and software and stuff, because it's damage you took in the sim.
Oh, right.
But
yeah. So
through that type of process of self-diagnostic and repair, you can clear your blasted level 1 harm.
Okay.
And what else do you want to do? I would always recommend indulge vice for people who are high on stress.
Yeah. So CD is, well, they're not going to go back to their hidey hole, but they're going to indulge more of their they're going to study more about funerals and particularly like appeasing spirits of those that, might be angry with you because you inadvertently were there at their death or something.
Okay. So there's Indulge Vice. You just press that button on your character sheet if that's what you want to do.
Yes.
It's right below your Vice thing above your trauma levels.
Yeah, and no bonus dice.
Are you doing this with somebody, one of your contacts, or are you doing this on your own?
Oh no, this is on CD's own. Unless you want to count someone that may not actually have a physical form in CD's head. Do hallucinations count?
It's got to be a friend or a contact. Like if Sarah was sticking around to do this with you to help you calm down, then we could add an extra die. But if you're just doing it on your own, it's just one die.
Well, I can imagine that Sarah may know CD enough to know that this is a huge, like, being accused of murder would be a huge, like, effect on CD's psyche since they are a doctor and do have a weird death fixation.
Yeah, you're definitely a person of interest in this investigation for sure.
Yeah, so I think that Sarah may be there helping with some of this research to kind of calm CD down.
Okay. So roll your Vice and add a die.
Though this would technically be, like, not at the same time. This is, like, over the phone or something.
Sure. Okay. So you got a 6 there. So you clear 6 stress. That brings you down to 2 total. All right. Who's next for downtime? All right, Slip.
Yes.
What do you do during your downtime?
I would like to massage the cracks in my body. Okay.
So you're going to recover?
I sure am.
All right. Now, downtime it's going to be a while, so you can get CD's help for this,
okay.
If you want, and if CD's okay with that. So you're doing a recover?
Yes.
Okay. So
over the phone, CD's like, oh, and then you restart this system, and then
Okay. So remove all your level 1 harm for recover, and then you roll CD's doctor rating, which is 2.
Okie dokie day.
I think that's you can just roll 2d6 and we'll deal with it there.
A6.
Okay, that's good. So that means that you advance your healing clock by 3 ticks on your character sheet there.
Coolio.
Good. You didn't have anything below level 1 harm, right? So you're okay. Good.
Now to calm down.
Okay. Tell us about what this looks like while you're getting your roll ready.
So to indulge my vice this time, Slip goes into their room on the probable cause, locks the door. No one else is there, but they lock the door and they boot up a local search engine in the simulation and just read Whiskey Tango's public profile.
Okay. You're doing this on your own?
Sure am, yes.
Okay. So roll your indulge vice. So you clear 2 stress. That brings you down to 3.
That's weird because I should have... It uses... Oh, no, I have 1 in everything. Never mind. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it uses your lowest one. So it uses insight in this case. So an indulge vice roll uses your lowest attribute rating.
Right. I just, for some reason, I thought I had a 0, so I was expecting 2 dice, but I have 1 in at least everything.
Yeah. Okay. So I think the reason it doesn't de-stress you a whole lot is that reading Whiskey Tango's public profile is just like all of the propaganda in it is just really grating.
Yeah, definitely.
All the praise heaped in the media and like everywhere on this hero of the Federation.
I was hoping it would make me laugh, but it just all it does is piss me off.
There's like one of those. There's a more recent video that you click on this video, you're like, this is going to be funny, but it's just really depressing and upsetting video of like Whiskey Tango blaming addiction on like poverty and the reason these people are poor is because they can't control their, it's like the reason that people find themselves trapped in the cycle of poverty is nothing to do with any flaws in the system that we have, but rather flaws in their character. And it goes on like that for like 10 minutes.
And I sit there and watch it all because I'm hurting myself.
Okay. And that brings us to Augustus. What would you like to do in your downtime?
I will clear some stress.
Okay. What does it look like when you indulge your vice?
I will put on my mysterious gauntlet and just flex the fingers, because as of yet, it doesn't do anything.
Okay, let's see how that goes. Hey,
Well
that's
done.
very good.
Now
You
it
rolled
works.
2 6s.
You feel great.
2 6s on 0 dice, so that brings you down to 1 stress, which is good.
That's how Velvet does things. Everyone else
Mhm.
take notice.
Yeah.
I'm talking to my dice.
I'm sure they're duly chastened.
Yeah.
As you are flexing your gauntlet, and you can sort of feel it resonating with something else in your room, and you do you follow that resonance? There's a slight pull from your gauntlet towards something else.
I do.
You follow it towards a certain drawer in your desk, and the drawer opens almost on its own when your gauntlet nears it. And inside, you see that memory core that you purchased from Chris Farley some time ago now.
The sad box.
The sad box. What do you do when you see that these two things are resonating?
I will grab the sad box of the spooky gauntlet.
Okay. All that happens right now is that you feel sad until you put it down, and then you don't feel sad anymore. So it's about the same as when you hold the box on its own right now. But there's something here. But that's more success than you've had with this gauntlet up until now. So that's accounts for the high amount of stress that you've cleared.
I need more sad boxes.
And I think you have one more. I think you have one more action, right?
Yeah, I get that extra action for air respectability, I think.
You've only done one so far, right? You did that indulge your vice.
Yeah, I just indulged.
Okay, so you've got air of respectability and then one other regular action.
So this one gets me an extra one to acquire asset or lay low.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to lay low.
Okay, so laying low, reduce the heat and wanted level of a system you're in. How are you working to get the SFS, in particular the Hull Patrol, off your back here? What are you doing to reduce the heat on the probable cause?
I mean, well, they know I was there, so I think I'll use that to my advantage and just inquire after the property to see if I could turn it into one of my memory lounges.
Okay. Okay, this sounds like you're doing a consort, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll your consort, like just a fortune roll for consort.
And
we'll use that.
Is it a position, or how do I do the fortune rolls?
If you go into your character sheet and scroll down below your contacts, there is roll fortune.
Hey, cool.
And you're just going to roll the number of dice equal to your consort, so 2. All right, so 5. So this is a very successful gambit that you have done here. That takes off 2 levels of heat from the system. So you're successfully able to defray some suspicion because people are busy getting involved in this potential business deal, whether you go through with it or not. I don't know that you can afford to right now, but maybe in the future. And that reduces the crew's heat by 2. And what's your last thing?
My last thing. Can we do any actions to make side money?
I don't think so. I think doing a job is the only way to get cred right now, but we'll think about it. Maybe there's a way.
Oh, could I approach a faction into jumping into this business venture with me?
Let's see. I mean, you can do that. We can do some actions. We can role play that out. That's not necessarily a downtime action. That's just you doing something during downtime. Because you need to remember there's a difference between capital D downtime actions and just role playing during downtime.
I gotcha. Well, I guess my extra downtime is really just to lay low or acquire an asset. Could I do another lay low thing?
You can. I mean, right now, your heat is not super high in this system. It's only at 4. So you don't necessarily need to do that. You can do any of these actions more than once, though. You're always welcome to if you want. There's always acquire asset, or you can send, well, separately outside of this stuff, you can send Terry somewhere because they're a cohort.
Well, you know what? I'm greedy. Seeing the success of the gauntlet, maybe I'll give Chris Farley another visit.
Okay. Do you want to, is this going to be an acquire assets kind of thing? Are you trying to get something from Chris?
Yeah, it'll be another acquire assets.
Okay. So acquire asset is temporary use of an asset. So you could get a contractor, a ground vehicle or module, a special item or a set of common items, or a service. Are you looking for an item, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. So to acquire the asset, roll crew quality. So you would roll 2 die and take the lowest.
Is there a crew button, or do I just roll 2d6?
You just roll 2d6. Okay, we take the lowest, so 3. So can't get any lower quality than 0. So you're able to acquire an item of quality 0. So something fairly cheap. You can use it maybe once. What kind of thing are you looking for when you go to visit Chris?
Maybe like a one-use armor type thing.
Okay. So Chris is able to scavenge together something for you. It is, ironically enough, a scavenged Hull Patrol armored vest that he gives you. He says, a couple of these came through the other day. I thought I'd hold on to one for you. You never know when you're going to be rushing into danger. Not that you'd ever be in danger, of course. And he winks one of his big headlights.
Unfortunately, it seems that as of late, danger might be one of my middle names.
Okay, so you've got a special type of armor. What's special about this armor is that if you declare you have it, you can also get sort of like a bonus effect or position on passing as a Hull Patrol officer or authority figure.
Ooh.
So make sure you make note of that. Anything else you all want to do here during downtime?
I can't think of anything myself to do.
Okay.
And I believe Kears has stepped out.
Okay. So as we pull away from the three of your actions, the last thing that we see today is we sort of zoom in on a building closer to the core than you are, but not right in the core. It is the building of a particular corporation. This is a building that belongs to Phoenix. Phoenix is a startup that claims it is working towards using human remains to clone bodies for everyone and start a colony down on the station. They're a new company. They just started up within the last few months. And they've been making a splash all over social media and the internet and all that. And they've got nice looking things in the sim. They have the usual poorly treated workers that all startups have, being paid in shares, and et cetera, and promises. And we zoom in there and we see that there is somebody working in a lab, and they are working on a body. And it's almost sort of reminiscent of something we might see CD doing. But instead of treating this body the way that CD might, as in preparing it for burial or something along those lines, we instead see that they are sewing something. They've got these fine manipulators, 6 of them sticking out of their chassis. And they've got the needle flashing and the cord behind it as they dip and pull and dip and pull and dip and pull the thread through the flesh. And then we pull around it and we see that what this person is doing is that they are assembling a body out of different parts. And it is lying on this slab, and its eyes are open, which in itself is not necessarily strange. But what is strange is as the camera zooms in and zooms in and zooms in on the chiseled features of this face, the eyes suddenly blink, and we cut to black at the end of the episode. So thank you for joining us here on the first session of Spectres of a Broken Sun, Season 2 of Stories of a Broken Sun. I hope you've enjoyed our first foray into Scum and Villainy and a proper mission that went super well for everybody involved.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is fine.
Did you all have fun?
You know it.
Yeah, I just took my temperature and I have a fever and I'm like, oh.
Oh, perfect. The only prescription is another session.
Mm-hmm.
More cowbell.
Very on brand for us.
Very much so. All right. New system, new adventures, new expectations, new and interesting ways for the dice to fail us.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to say thank you for joining me to Keekers and OG Brown Sugar and Michael Blood. You can always find them on Twitter, respectively, at Be a Space Cat, at OG Brown Sugar, and at Good Sir Blood. And of course, I, your friendly guide, am at Y Caliber, or you can follow the show at Broken Sun RPG. If you find yourself with a spare minute, please don't hesitate to leave us a nice review on iTunes. It always lifts our spirits every time we see a new one. Everybody gets real excited, and we'll be happy to read it on the show. Don't forget, we have also launched a Patreon to help us with the cost of running a podcast. You can find that on Patreon if you go to patreon.com/BrokenSunRPG, and you can back us for as little as $1 a month. Join our Discord server and get a variety of other benefits. So thanks so much, everybody, and until the next time, all the best.
All the best.
All the best. Space squids.
Oh, yeah, Space Squids.
Space squids.
Of course, Space Squids.